Hi everyone. So I just wanted to talk about something that I'm particularly interested in. I was able to interview a flight attendant of 20 plus years, and we know that COVID definitely affected a lot of different things, and I wanted to look at how it had affected airplane passenger behavior. I definitely saw an uptick in unruly behavior when the pandemic started. So that's already so taboo to me. Um, the thought of misbehaving on a plane in any way or even in an airport. So I really wanted to look into why we've been seeing these passenger behavior changes since the pandemic, mainly focusing on the impact of changing airline policies, health concerns, and social interactions, how these affected the average in-flight experience and even flight attendant roles. So first we have the COVID-19 controversy. This caused a lot of rebellion that reflected pretty negatively when the airlines had to put these strict mask mandates and social distancing policies in place. Obviously, the flight attendant is the person who has to enforce these. Even if they had nothing to do with it or don't agree with it, it was their job to enforce these policies, which they then received the backlash for. So if you think it's annoying for somebody to constantly be telling you to pull your mask up, imagine being the person that had to tell everybody to constantly pull their mask up. And not only that, they had to work as mediators if somebody was too uncomfortable to tell the person near them to pull up their mask. Obviously, a very controversial period. People are just trying to avoid confrontation. But then it became the flight attendant's job to work as that middleman to satisfy both parties. So we have the controvert doesn't want to wear masks, more rebellious side, and then there's a side with heightened health concerns. So these are the people with increased anxiety on the flights now. Obviously, nobody wants to get sick. And this is more of something we see today, currently, but these people have bigger reactions to sick passengers. Obviously, back when these policies were in place, you could not be on the plane if you were experiencing any type of COVID symptoms. But kind of just to show how it's still affecting us today, people are still having big reactions to sick passengers. Obviously, I wouldn't want to get sick either, but usually this will cause requests for seat changes, and if that can't be carried out, then there's the matter of, well, what do we do now? Kind of just adding extra hoops to jump through. And then, of course, there's just the lack of social interactions from the lockdown period. There's reduced social awareness, and excuse me, just the general effects from the lockdown. We can even tie that back up to flight attendants having to act as mediators. In conclusion, hopefully we can all learn to adapt to all these changing airline policies. I know we see it from both parties, where once I was struggling during COVID, and now we see the other side of the party who's kind of struggling now with having these bigger reactions to people who are sick. So hopefully we can all learn to adjust.